Hello and welcome back to the Tales of the Age of Men, and we are going to literally level up so many troops right now. Look at this. I have been on a bit of a recruiting spree. Unfortunately, a lot of these people are extremely low level. We've got a lot of tier 2s. Yes, a lot of tier 2s. So it is going to be a bit of time before we can actually go in to a proper battle against some very, very large opponents. You can see here we can actually fight Eteria here, and this is going to be really very, very simple for us because I'm just going to go auto-resolve. I want to try to power level my medicine skill even more than I did in the previous episode because we need that. We need that to prevent all of these really, really wonderful Knights of the Silver Swan, because we've got a bunch of these, by the way. I didn't even realize how many we actually had, but we have 35 or 30 something of these fellows, and I gotta say I'm actually really impressed by that. Look at that, 38. We've got 38 of these guys, which is really, really nice. Funnily enough, I'm gonna say it right now, these guys actually are not very good in comparison to, I mean, you can see here, you can see the stats, 250 riding skill, 230 polearms, and they're not very good in comparison to the Riders of Rohan, as far as I'm aware. Let me actually just take a quick look. No, they're not. Yes, as you can see, look at this. The Riders of Rohan are better than the Knights of the Silver Swan. However, let's just take a quick look, because it may very well be that their equipment is slightly different. I'm going to assume that that is going to be the case, because as you can see here, we do have the Captain's Armor. That gives 50, 21. And what does this do? This is 40, 30, 25. Yeah, so they are slightly more armored, and they probably have maybe better weapons. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, you've seen it now. You know, you kind of know what we're dealing with here. Okay, so we're going to go into a battle against these guys. This is going to be a bit problematic. Because they do outnumber us, but obviously, as you've seen, we have been very, very successful in our last few battles, surprisingly enough, because usually, sometimes I get a little bit overconfident, sometimes I get, I make some mistakes. I'm human, of course, I'm going to make some mistakes sometimes. Otherwise, we are taking perfect health here. That's going to give me plus 5% recovery rate for each type of food in our party's inventory, which is actually very good. Health advice is usually relatively nice if you expect, I don't know, maybe if you expect someone to die from old age. I mean, this is one of those perks that's extremely niche, very, very small percentage situation that could potentially occur from this. It's highly unlikely that it's actually going to really provide you that much benefit in comparison to perfect health, which I think is probably going to be active almost 100% of the time. Basically, as long as you have some food, it is going to provide you with a small bonus, because obviously you do have, what is it, 5% per unique type of food stuff in your inventory, which basically means that if you have at least one food, you've got 5% increased regeneration speed, which I think is actually kind of good. Obviously 5% not very nice. However, if you have 4, 5, 6 different foodstuffs, that's 25 to 30%. That's really nice in my opinion. That's really, really good. Okay, so someone else said we should do something here. We should put these guys over here. And well, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, let's put us there, and we'll just gain a couple of bonuses. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if that really works that way. But thank you very much, nevertheless. Okay, so let's actually see what we can do here. This is 500 distance away. Gonna be kind of harsh. Not sure if this is gonna really do much. Seems like the opponent they might be coming to us. I'm highly doubtful, to be honest. Okay, let's just do something like this. Put them into a shield wall formation. We do have the various perk benefits to provide us with nice shield wall powers, and maybe we can do some damage here. Nice. That's good. Nice easy kill right there. Nothing really to worry about, and these fellows are gonna block a huge amount. Yeah, they're going to be kind of difficult to deal with. Oh, maybe not. Look at that. That was some pretty nice... Oh, look at that. There we go. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just put these guys back here. Yeah, might have a bit of problem with this. Maybe. This is an Eisen Guardian. I actually leveled up fantastic. Let's get these cavalry to come over here. We're probably actually going to get them over there, and then we're going to tell them to charge in from the side, hopefully kill a bunch of archers in the process. Nice damage, nice damage. There we go. Okay, here we go, here we go. Let's tell these guys to charge in. Should we actually, you know what? Let's not tell them to charge in. Let's keep them like so, and we're going to tell the cavalry to charge. They're using Gondor units. Okay, that's kind of a bit weird. Okay, here we go, here we go. They have a lot of elite pikemen. I don't think we... You know what? I'm not going to tell my forces to charge. Not my infantry, at least. I will tell my cavalry to charge, but I think my infantry will probably be better staying like that. Is that true? Ah, you know what? Let's tell them to charge. Let's tell them to charge. Maybe it's going to be better. I don't actually know. Yeah, because the thing is, basically keeping them in a defensive formation makes it so much easier for them to survive, but obviously their offense is going to be suffering quite a great deal. So it's probably going to be best that we just charge here, I suppose. Nice damage. And I literally have almost gotten to 275, despite my endurance not being 7. So I'm actually wondering, do we even need 7 in endurance to be able to make it? I think we probably do, right? It feels like we do, at least. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, it looks as though we are going to be achieving victory here very, very nicely. How many people did we actually end up losing? Only 5! Okay, I'm kind of surprised. I'm very surprised. I thought, wow, okay. I thought we actually would have made some very, very large casualties here, but no. Okay. There's one thing that we actually wanted to do, or I personally wanted to do, before the next episode, but I just didn't have enough time to do it because we are super far away. And if I'm super far away, I can't potentially capitalize on the amount of vassals that are in the area, and then it's going to be very sad. You know, that's basically what I'm talking about here. Basically going over to Morlad and getting some more of those Blackroot Vale longbowmen, because those longbowmen, oh, they are so good. They are so nice. And yeah, I'd like to get some more of those. But obviously, at the moment, I don't have the opportunity, you know? I need to kind of wait it out a little bit. I'm going to tell everyone to charge now, and we're just going to finish them off. And there you go. There's the victory for us. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, yeah, decent renown. Actually pretty nice. 57 and 80 influence. Obviously, influence translates directly into huge amounts of cash. So much cash.
I yield.
And we're going to be taking them both prisoner. Basically, I'm just taking every single person that I can prisoner now, because I feel like that's probably going to make a huge difference to us. Let's go for Axe Guards here. I think Axe Guards are probably going to be super, super useful against a number of Uruk shield units and stuff like that, because obviously they're using axes, so we want to try to destroy those axes as fast as possible. Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go to MINAS if I can. Have we taken that back yet, by the way? No, I don't think we have. I was kind of hoping that we could retake Pelagia, which is unfortunately not going to be the case, because what actually happened in my off-screen time is, as I was trying to get away from here and actually go and recruit, right? Because basically what I did was I went over here along this road, and I basically just recruited from all the random villages around here, and I saw that as I was leaving, I saw that there was an army of 1,700 coming in from this direction, and they placed 265 people in the garrison here, as you can see. And that's fundamentally making things very, very difficult for us now. So, yeah, that's kind of harsh, because we did try to take Pelagia in the previous episode, but that is unfortunately not. Yeah, that unfortunately did not work out as intended. You know, I really did badly want to try to take it, but yeah. Anyway, we'll put another skill point into tactics here, another focus point, that is. And that's yeah, as you can see, we literally... I wonder if this is this like a troll thing? Is this literally like a troll thing right now? Because look at what has just happened. We got to 274 in riding skill, and we are exactly 1 point away from getting 275. It feels like I'm being trolled. doesn't it? It feels like I'm being trolled, to be honest. But, oh well, never mind. I guess as I say, I can't really do much about that. But, you know, it's rather amusing to think about the fact that we are 1 point. It's almost as if someone did that on purpose. I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, I mean, I don't actually mind spending the additional attribute points in something specific, but I find it quite amusing that it is so on the nose, as it were. You know, we're so very, very close, but yet so very far. So it is a little bit funny. Anyway, let's just sell everything that we can here. Whoa, okay, that's way too much, unfortunately. Yeah. Gonna have to sell some grain at least. Let's sell some grain. We have loads of food. Way too much food. So let's do this. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we've got loads of different types of food as well. As you can see, we've got butter, fish, grain, olives, meat, cheese, grapes, date fruit. So we literally have easily massive amounts of health regeneration. And for me personally, I think that's absolutely amazing. That's really, really nice. And now what we can also do is we can go here. I think what we're going to try to do is something like this. There we go. Just going to take those back. And that's 15,000. Very, very nice. Obviously, roguery skill. I technically could have gone for that. I'm going to go and recruit some Gondor Elite Pikemen, even though the Gondor Elite Pikemen are not as good as I thought they were. I kind of like them still. I don't know. I kind of like them still. Anyway, we are now going to be making our way over here, and we're going to see if that actually makes a difference. The funny thing is, that large Mordor army that I told you about, they have defeated 2 large Gondorian armies. And I have to admit, I am a little bit worried about that, because I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I mean, as you can see right here, look at this. Absolutely craziness. So many enemy troops in here. And I'm wondering, do you think we can take Minas Tirith? We might be able to take Minas Tirith, or we could maybe go for one of the Osgiliaths. Ah, yes. That is the weak spot, I think. I think that's the... Hello. You only have a garrison. You do not have anything else because they are rebelling at the moment. This is perfect. Let us try. Okay, now we can just hope, cross your fingers, okay? Cross your fingers and hope that that massive Mordorian army is going to be too preoccupied trying to run down all the Gondorians that they're not going to come back here and try to stop us. Because if they do try to stop us, then we will have to leave. There is nothing I can do about 2,000 troops. So, yeah, we're going to have to do something with that. And also, I'm very much hoping that this garrison is going to be starved out, because we've only got 2 days worth. There's only 2 days worth of food to starve out here. That is literally a no-brainer situation. Basically need to use that strategy here, because otherwise I'm going to have to spend an inordinate amount of time constructing, constructing trebuchets, and then, yeah, so this is indeed a problem. This is indeed a problem. So he's actually coming in here with the garrison. As you can see, this is very bad. There are some trolls, 2 trolls. Yeah, okay. Not a terribly big fan. Not a terribly big fan of this, especially considering the fact that the vassal has so many troops. If only they had about 150, I'd feel a little bit more secure. But as it stands right now, yeah. This might be a problem. There are no rocks around here, from what I can see. Yeah, no rock formations. They're actually pretty close by. There is a rock formation over there. Okay, do you think we can actually make it over there? Or is there going to be some kind of barrier that prevents us from doing so? But it would be amazing if we could utilize this for our fight. Yeah, this is really, really good, actually. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. Look at this. There's even an invisible wall here that stops people from falling off. So this is really, really good. Now, we could technically go like this, I think. Yeah, look at that. We could actually go like so. So we're going to move these archers round about here. Going to put them into a loose formation. Going to put these guys over here. And then we're going to be turning them into a shield wall. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try, if we can. I'm not sure if the enemy is going to come up here. I think they'll probably come up here, maybe, but I'm going to put the infantry out the front like this. This might very well backfire on us, by the way, so I might have to very quickly change strategy on the fly, which obviously is not very good for me, but we'll try it. And yeah, you can see exactly what's happening here. We have a bit of a problem on our hands. Maybe. Yeah, gonna have to do something here. Gonna have to do something. Okay, yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Gonna move my cavalry over there. Ow. That's what happens. Okay, we're going to charge them. And we're charging them very specifically into the archers. As you can see right here, they're going to be coming in right from the back. This is going to be perfect because this is actually going to stop the opponent from fully charging us. They are going to be questioning whether it's a good idea to go in here. Which is very, very good. And the question is, I think I'll probably move my infantry over to the side here. We're going to be losing a lot of infantry, a lot of cavalry actually, sorry. We're going to be losing those if we stay in. So the question is, do we want to stay in? Probably not, right? Probably not. Let's tell these guys to charge. Let's tell these guys to charge as well. What's actually going on with my cavalry? What are they doing right now? Okay, this is going to be bad. I feel like this is actually going to work out really, really badly for us. But actually, so far, things seem to be going remarkably well, kind of. I don't know. I'm a bit in two minds about this, to be honest. Let's see if we can actually kill these trolls. The trolls are going to be the biggest problem. There we go. Haha, pun intended. Haha, yes, I guess. Anyway, we will... I think be okay. I'm going to tell my archers to charge in as well because I don't think we actually have them helping us at all right now, which is very, very bad. The enemy has received reinforcements already. Okay, the question is... Okay, you know what? Let's consolidate. Let's consolidate as fast as we can here. Okay, good level up. Okay. How many did we lose? Ooh, okay. We have 200 and... What is it? 215 or something like that? I think we have that amount. We might be okay. Tell my infantry... tell my cavalry, thank you very much, to charge in once again. We want to keep them on the move as much as possible, despite the fact that the opponent does have a lot of spears, and they are very much willing to use them. And they're very good at it. As you can see right here. Very dangerous. Okay. Now, they seem to just be standing here, which is kind of interesting. How are my cavalry doing? They're all the way over there. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what is even going on at this point, because it feels to me like the opponent is kind of just standing here, being a little bit idle. But that's very good for us, you know. If they want to do that, then, you know, that's what they're going to do. I guess it's really nice that we're actually doing a lot of damage to the enemy's archers as well. I mean, you can see that right here. Look at this. Massive damage being done right now. We're also causing a huge amount of morale damage. My cavalry is surprisingly still alive. Nice damage here. Don't die now, don't die now. Okay, my infantry's completely dead. I've lost every single infantry unit that was on the field. Okay, that's pretty bad. But I guess maybe not the end of the world, because we're still in it. We're still in it. It's just a case of us... don't die, don't die. We just need to try to stay alive as best as we can here. And if we don't, well, you know what's up. Oh dear. There we go. Nice. Oh, we actually took out one of the enemy enemy lords, that is pretty perfect. It feels to me like we're actually going to win this. I mean, we've got 360 kills, but the thing is, the enemy has far and away above 500, so I'm not sure. Not a big fan of this particular battlefield, like I said before. I don't have a huge amount to really work with here. You know, despite there being trees and so on and so forth, that doesn't really help us because we are the cavalry, you know? So, generally, trees are just going to hinder us quite a bit. Nice damage. Whoa. Oh, okay. Did a good amount of damage. Good amount of damage, you know, up until that point. And now the enemy is starting to run away, but that's okay. We've lost... What have we lost? Lamedon guards, Pelagia skirmishers, and then we lost some Rohan caravan guards. That's actually not even entirely bad. Let's just speed things up a little bit, see what actually happens here. I'm thinking we're probably going to be fine. Yeah, we are definitely fine. We managed to kill 78 ourselves, which is actually pretty nice. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, 130 renown, 132 influence. These are the kinds of sieges we need to perform. Well, I say sieges, but it's not really a siege. But it kind of is, if you think about it, because we are actually going to be capturing this place. We're also going to be rescuing a whole bunch of troops and placing them in the garrison. Don't worry about that. I am going to remember to do this. So let's just get them all. Let's get the prisoners as well, because we can probably sell them for a pretty decent amount, and we can go straight in here and look at the amount of cash we are going to be gaining from the loot as well. Extremely nice. So what we'll do is we will continue the siege, and we will immediately go in for the auto resolve, and boom, there you go. That's it, done, 100%. Now we're also freeing a bunch of Gondorian vassals, which is obviously perfect. This is exactly what we need. And we're also going to be leveling up so many troops. Let's get some more Dol Amroth Knights. And I need to go into the garrison almost immediately here. Okay, what's actually... Wait. What's happening here? What is this? The defenders are routed, and it's clear that Bar Malui is yours. It's time for you to determine the fate of the city. We can show mercy, or we can free the settlement and hand it to a random ally. What? This is new? I've never seen this before. This is crazy cool. All right. Free settlement and hand to the original owner. No kingdom to hand over? What do you mean? Is it because I don't have a kingdom? Yeah, it's because I don't have a kingdom. Rohan, this is not a Rohan. This is a Gondorian. I'm just going to show mercy. Yeah, I'm just going to show mercy, despite the fact that obviously I would like to give it to someone specifically. It's not really my call, you know. They're going to do that themselves. So we're just going to do this, just sort by tier, obviously, and then just take all of these guys back. 20,000 in cash, very nice. Let's get some of these guys in the garrison. Donate troops to garrison. Okay, let's actually have a look. So ideally, we just really want to get rid of as many low-tier troops as possible. That's pretty much all I'm going to do here. But the question is, I want to make sure that we have Gondorians. Yeah, we do. I don't really like the Rangers of Ithilien, so I am actually going to tell those guys to join the garrison. Yeah, these Rohan Caravan Guards, hilariously enough, have actually taken some pretty big hits for us. So I am going to be keeping them in our party, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of Caravan Guards, like I say. So yeah, we're just gonna keep them for the moment and see how it goes. Gonna get some influence for this. We could also go to the dungeon too and basically donate every single one of the vassals that we have here for an insane amount of charm skill and indeed relation. However, I'm not going to do that just purely because this particular fief, it's still rebelling. It's still rebelling. It's gaining +4 every single day, which is amazing. But it has the potential to rebel every single day. It has that percentage chance. So we do have to be a little bit aware of that. And I'm going to stick around here for a little bit of time. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't rebel, because I did just place a bunch of units in there, and that would be kind of a shame. But let's see what happens. Maybe it's going to be alright. I'm going to also wait here for a couple of troops. Ugh. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen ever. But yeah, okay, let's actually have a look here. Yeah, 5% more damage with thrusting polearms. That is what we'll take, thank you. And we'll go for good-natured. Good-natured is definitely what I prefer. Let me just see. Yeah. I like good-natured quite a bit. I think roguery skill is probably what we're going to be going for now because there isn't anything else that I can really benefit from. So I think roguery skill, considering I am selling quite a few prisoners, definitely going to make a big difference. Roguery skill is one of those, the most underrated perk trees. Not because the perks are any good, by the way. The perks are not that good. But the passive benefits are immense. They are really, really good. So that's kind of the reason why you would want to level up roguery skill. Anyway, let's see what happens here. We've got the army of Mordor coming in. And I'm not entirely sure if we want to stick around here. For me personally, I feel like we should probably leave. My instinct is to go away, because you can see exactly what's happening here. You can see we have an army being gathered. That's not very good. I mean, let's face it, we really need them to do something a bit, you know, a bit more extreme, shall we say. Unfortunately, we're having some huge issues here. Okay, let's try and see if there are any other places. This one is rebelling. Okay, as you can see, West Osgiliath is rebelling. And so is Minas Tirith. Okay, this is amazing. We might even be able to go into the garrison. Okay, we might be able to go into the siege and actually see what's going on here. Oh, no, Mouth of Sauron. Please leave me alone, Mr. Mouth. Okay, yeah, no, he's seemingly going somewhere else. Okay, that's good. Oh, he's right there? Are you serious? Where's he going? You should leave. He should leave right away, please. Go somewhere else, sir. Okay, there we go, there we go. He's actually leaving. He's probably going to turn around as soon as I decide to besiege this, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. The garrison is almost 100% going to... Yeah, look, 2 days. Look at this. 2 days worth of food. Almost 1 day worth of food. This is absolutely perfect. We have 2 armies coming. One has 400, the other one has 200. That is basically nothing, unfortunately, in comparison to the Mordor forces. And as you can see, they have literally just gotten themselves taken prisoner. Oh dear, that's very bad, isn't it? Yes, that is absolutely terrible. But as long as a vassal doesn't come along here and decide to attack us and force the garrison into a sally out, we have the potential to go in here and actually take it. Now, what we're going to do is, if we do get a little bit of starvation, we are going to be going in when the forces have about half left, something like that, because I actually want to see the siege, because we've seen it before. We've seen it before in the Uruk series, but this is going to be as liberators of Minas Tirith. And as you can see, boom, 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 the Mouth of Sauron is coming, but that's actually okay, because they have started to starve out. As you see, there's only 219 remaining. 54 have already been eliminated, so this is really, really nice. And we are actually just going to go straight in to the siege itself. And we're going to see if we can maybe we could just take it. Maybe we could just take it with brute force. It is a little bit ill-advised to do it like this, but the only reason why I'm doing that is because the Mouth has decided to appear again. And he's blabbering all over the place. He's like, no, you cannot take my fief, Minas Tirith, and so on. And yeah, well, actually, I can take it, sir. And I will. But yeah, this is going to be very, very cool. Because we haven't seen this version of Minas Tirith. We've seen the very much, you know, the earliest version of Minas Tirith ever. And this is more, you know, a little bit more progress on it, if they've implemented that. I don't actually know if they've implemented the more advanced version, but I have seen screenshots from it, and it looks amazing. So, very much hoping that it has, but if it hasn't, that's okay, because I very much appreciate a nice, unique siege map. And, ow, that really hurt my dwarf. Well, he got absolutely murdered instantly. Okay, yeah, oh wow, someone's got it out for my companions. That's not very good, is it? Anyway, I'm hopeful that what we'll be able to do is hopefully use my polearm in a two-handed fashion once we get up here. Hello? Ah. There's no one here. This is perfect. I can level up my one-handed skill a little bit. There we go. Nice. You have nothing on me, sir. I have a terrible weapon. This is bad. My weapon isn't actually terrible, but my one-handed skill certainly is. Nice. Nice. Yep. Need more of that. I need more massive sweeps. I just basically need to level my one-handed so much more. There are so many good perks in the one-handed tree. Would be nice if I could do that, but I am not very good with one-handed anymore. I actually used to be kind of decent, you know, kind of decent, but nowadays not so much. I'm just not used to the reach anymore, you know. It has a very, very small reach. Okay, let's be careful here. Nice. Nice. Gotta be careful. Don't want to get shot in the face. I'm taking so much random damage as well, which is really, really bad. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna have to get out of here now. I'm being way too greedy with my... What? What are these guys doing? Charge, guys! Are you serious? What are you standing there for? I have no idea. Okay, can you please? Yes, yes. Go, get onto the ladder. What are you doing? Oh, is it because they're standing there looking at those guys? I'm assuming that's the reason. They're standing there looking at the siege operators or something like that. Oh no, please don't do that. That's terrible. Okay, no, we should be fine now. Yeah, we should be pretty good. I'm gonna switch to my polearm here. I really, really like doing two-handed polearm. You know, poke in the face kind of action. I think that is always extremely effective. I don't know about you, but whenever I've done that, I always feel like people just immediately just get killed. It's just so effective. At least it has been effective in the past. Maybe not so much now. As you can see, there's some decent-ish damage. Oh, look at that. See, look at that. Instant kill. Instant kill. It's so nice. Look at that. 97 damage. And this is not a slashing polearm by any means. It is literally just a thrusting one. It does so much damage. And well, I'm going to switch back to my one-handed now because we kind of need it. And how are we doing so far? Okay, so far we're doing very nicely. 55 kills. We need to kill, what is it, 209? 219? Something like that. And I'm not entirely sure. Ah, a lot of archers. A lot of archers coming our way here. We need to be very, very careful. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, it has actually been populated with more objects, because obviously last time we didn't have this. We didn't have this big front little structure here as well, as far as I remember. If you want to see the earlier version, by the way, of MINAS TIRITH, it is in the Uruk series. And yeah, I'm kind of wondering what's going on with my forces right now, because they're running over there. I'm kind of hoping that I'm not going to get shot and killed, but I have a feeling that is probably going to be my inevitable end. Oh dear. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Dearie me. Okay, well, that, I think, is not that much of a problem. I think we are probably going to be okay. We have extremely good troops. So it is very much possible for us to do this. We've killed 127. We only need to kill another 100. Aragorn died from falling damage. That I know how that feels, Mr. Aragorn. Yes, I know how that feels. But yeah, now that we're dead, we can actually have a look at a bird's eye view of the whole place, which is really, really nice. I mean, as you can see, they've actually done... Oh, man. Oh, now I feel sad because I didn't have the opportunity to experience this little section. Look, you can literally come here as well. Yeah, now I feel sad, yes. But we did get to see it, at least, in the bird's eye view. Wait a minute. Is there another one? Is there another Wait a minute. Look at this. There's a tunnel here. There's a tunnel here and a gate, and then the gate leads through here, and I think my forces might be a little bit stuck right now. They might be a little bit stuck. I'm not entirely sure, but there's only 33 enemies remaining. We have this in the bag, But this is the siege. This is how the siege would play out in normal gameplay. Look at where we started, by the way. Look at how far away it is. And this is where we would have to come. We'd have to come up this ramp right here, and we would go all the way around and through the street. This is incredible. And then we have yet more people defending here, going through, and just what will we find when we go through the keyhole? Yeah, okay, that's a very, very obscure reference, so yes. Anyway, point is, this is where I think... Wait a minute, is there more? If there's more, then you have outdone yourselves, modding team. Because this is already incredible. No, there is more. There is more. Literally, look at this. Look at... They would literally come here. All the way up here. What? More? And then you're going to be fighting through the actual... You're going to be fighting through the actual keep. Look at this. Through here? And then? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going to end up? Is it where I think it is? Yes, it is. Look. Oh, wow. Can you imagine fighting through all of this? Wow. And obviously this is something that you can't really go into, but that does not matter. Look at what we have here. This is utterly incredible. They have done an amazing job. Absolutely amazing, amazing job. And, well, it is a very long siege, as you could quite clearly tell, if you're allowed to live that long, of course. And the opponent does seem to have, or shall we say, we seem to have a bit of a problem getting through the, getting through some of the gates. Unfortunately, it seems like we have a problem with interacting with such a large gate, potentially. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but that's okay, because as you can see, we still have just 5 enemies remaining. They're going to get through there in the end. Alright, there it is. We actually made it. 155 renown, 134 influence. Absolutely immense. Obviously, I didn't even want to go in here, really, against such a large party. I kind of wanted to, you know, starve them out a little bit more first, but the Mouth of Sauron decided to force our hand, and that is exactly what has happened. Yes, we had to slap him. We had to slap him in the mouth. Yes, indeed. Okay, so decreased melee damage taken. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Going to be taking that, and then we are just going to move on. Now, here's the thing. He is probably going to try to take this back almost immediately, I'd assume. I'm going to show mercy because obviously Gondor needs to take it because their culture is going to fundamentally increase the loyalty by such a dramatic amount that we should be completely fine here. This should be really, really good in actual fact, or at least I hope so. I don't know whether that will be the case, but let's just cross our fingers and hope. Let's do a little bit of something here. I just need to do some of this. Some people are managing to escape, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. 26,000, very nice. And we got 10 skill points in roguery, as you see there. Very, very good. We can recruit Gondor Spears, which do level up into Gondor Elite Pikemen, I believe, but they are obviously, I mean, they're not very good, you know, statistically, but I don't know, I kind of like them. I'm not sure. I still don't know whether they're that good, you know, but I've always found when we're fighting against them, when I was playing in the Uruk series, they were always really, really strong, or they felt strong at the very least. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of these, you know what, I'll put some of the spearmen in there. There we go. Alright, so this guy is immediately going to come in here. I'm almost 100% certain that he's going to come in here. We have no one here. There is no militia, no nothing. And so if I decide to stay in here, we are going to lose it. Like, for example, we've lost this, but you see exactly the reason why we've lost it. Because the settlement's loyalty is so low, we don't have any militia in there. So that's a huge problem. And that means that I think what we're going to do now is we are going to... the question is, do we want to take a stand here and actually try to defeat them? I think this is going to be impossible. I think this is going to be impossible because they have 35. Never mind. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to stay here. This fellow has 35 trolls. He has 35 trolls. I cannot imagine us being able to do anything here. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.